The name is Tango Shepherd. Nothing right now more positive. Yes, the Lord will bless me. That's why my verse not nasty. The devil tryna chase me, still it not gon' catch me. Because my family bless me. They always armed and ready. Even if the world against me, the industry rejects me. My music still reflecting the God who's sovereign mighty. Your style is copy plastic, and mine is so authentic. Because I'm in His will, and that is so majestic. Let me drop a freestyle now. It's time to go wild and the crowd go wild. I never get to speak on the mic without the Holy Spirit holding me tight. Let me drop a freestyle now. It's time to go wild and the crowd go wild. I never get to speak on the mic without the Holy Spirit holding me tight.
The name is Frenchy Rich. I remember walking to school in the Congo, flipping America. All I'm hearing hating that dude from the jungle. I was in the backseat praying to the Lord when my mama was crashed the car. My uncle help but take like who's he? Haters gon' hate on loose sleep. I had a dream I was climbing the charts. When I got to the top it was too steep. They said Jesus take the wheel, I let Jesus FSD. That's that full self-driving. I'm in the spirit, I'm vibing. Open the word, I'm diving. Cause they could resort to violence when they letting them guns go off. We gon' kill them with silence. Lost some friends in the process of God making me righteous. I wasn't always like this, now I'm a mirror of His likeness. True victim of kindness, from the true healer of blindness.
Ephesians 6:14. Put on salvation as your helmet, and take the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God.
The name is Tango Shepherd. Nothing right now more positive. Yes, the Lord will bless me. That's why my verse not nasty. The devil tryna chase me, still it not gon' catch me. Because my family bless me. They always armed and ready. Even if the world against me, the industry rejects me. My music still reflecting the God who's sovereign mighty. Your style is copy plastic, and mine is so authentic. Because I'm in His will, and that is so majestic. Let me drop a freestyle now. It's time to go wild and the crowd go wild. I never get to speak on the mic without the Holy Spirit holding me tight. Let me drop a freestyle now. It's time to go wild and the crowd go wild. I never get to speak on the mic without the Holy Spirit holding me tight.
The name is Tango Shepherd. Not right now more positive. Yes, the Lord will bless me. That's why my verse not nasty. The devil tryna chase me, still it not gon' catch me. Because my family bless me. They always armed and ready. Even if the world against me, the industry rejects me. My music still reflecting the God who's sovereign mighty. Style copy plastic, and mine is so authentic. Because I'm in His will, and that is so majestic.
Yeah, you know, you gotta get a little bit of music in you. And the way people get it today is just ain't it. I'll just tell you a little bit how that spirit got me feeling. Here we go. Hey. Spirit got me feeling like I'm foreign. Every day with Christ is like I'm soaring, yeah. Had to turn my life to what's important. Matthew 23, not talking Jordan. Spirit got me feeling like I'm foreign, yeah. Every day with Christ is like I'm soaring, yeah. Had to turn my life to what's important. Matthew 23, not talking Jordan. Red hat, 4 letters, making Jesus real again. We in the game, get active and we see them in the stand. Is He man? Is He God? You can say it's all the same. I can kick some demons out in Jesus' name. Oh Lord, when it comes to rapping about my Jesus, I'm in go mode. If anyone swears by the temple, that's a no-no. 30 years young, but I feel like an old soul. Spirit clean my heart, now I'm feeling fabuloso. Spirit got me feeling like I'm foreign. Every day with Christ is like I'm soaring, yeah. Had to turn my life to what's important. Matthew 23, not talking Jordan. Spirit got me feeling like I'm foreign, yeah. Every day with Christ is like I'm soaring, yeah. Had to turn my life to what's important. Matthew 23, not talking Jordan.
I never hide from God, I never be ashamed. Our Father that's in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Since I've been with Jesus, never been the same. came into my life and made specific change. It was a different game, caught up in a different lane. When I would go astray, all I did was call his name. I mean, through all the pain, God was there to ease the way. When I was insecure, the male version Issa Rae. When the devil crept, tried to take my peace away, I was in my Bible reading verses 3 a day, trying to keep the pace so one day I could see his face. Deep in the faith, forgive my sins before it's late. God is good, no way, God is great. Put my life on autopilot, watch him orchestrate. Greatest force on earth will never force to wait. Special spot in heaven, hope my portion's safe.
Spirit got me feeling like I'm foreign. Every day with Christ is like I'm soaring, yeah. Had to turn my life to what's important. Matthew 23, not talking Jordan, yeah. Spirit got me feeling like I'm foreign, yeah. Every day with Christ is like I'm soaring, yeah. Had to turn my life to what's important. Matthew 23, not talking Jordan. I've been jumping through hoops. I've been playing it cool. What more can they do? Your life is the proof God exists. Your life is the proof God exists. Yeah. I've been jumping through hoops. I've been playing it cool. What more can they do? Your life is the proof God exists. Your life is the proof God exists. Yeah, that boy from the jungle seen a few trees. Wasn't bearing no fruit till he pruned me. Was a saint at first like Drew Brees. I was in that.
Woo! That was I was having a little dance off by myself.
I was in suspense. That was a very silent 60 seconds. I was expecting like some sort of intro once it started. We're just jumping right in.
We gotta work on the intro. Some people have like a voice like welcome to. We just gotta get right to it. Get right to it. Davey.
Waste no time.
Welcome to another lovely evening of Locked In Christian. Guys, this is my favorite day of the week. Not because it's Friday and the weekend and I don't have to work the next day. And coaching season is almost over. Whew, thank the Lord. But it's Locked In Christian and Davey's back on. And listen. First of all, we got to update you guys on a movie that we saw last week. I'm not going to reveal it because I got my boy coming in. We got a new guest this week joining Davey and I. He's coming all the way from Tejas. That's Spanish for New Mexico. But he's coming all the way from Houston, Texas. And he's a musician. Matter of fact, you might have even heard of him if you've been on edifymusic.com. This guy's on there. He's on a lot of songs. He's super talented. One of my best friends. We've been making music. We've been doing all types of stuff. We've done all types of stuff for a very long time. So I'm very excited.
You
to
got
have
him joining
on.
from another time zone?
Yeah, he is. He's joined.
All
He's
right.
actually he's back in time, and
Yeah, he's in the past. We'll go back in time to visit him.
yeah, he's in the time that we've already experienced. But he's a new father, so I'm super excited to know how everything is going. But more importantly, today's episode, we're gonna be looking at AI and just the deception that's coming in all types of ways, and especially in the music industry, which we will talk about because UD, aka Doka, aka Udoka, he's an artist, he's a rapper, and so he's going to be able to chime in on some of this music, this AI music that I also created. That's gospel, and it's probably blasphemous. So hopefully we don't get struck down by the Lord when we play this live. So this is the stuff that's coming up, Davey. But without any further ado, Udoka, join us on the live.
There we go.
Yeah.
What's up?
There he is.
How's it going,
Whole
fellas?
different time zone. Oh.
Yeah, man. Oh, is the light? Do I need to change the lighting? It's too dark.
Yeah. Get your lighting up. What's going on in Texas, man?
Sorry. I don't usually do this, man.
Hey, man, hold on. It was
anything's got to be better than this plain closet background I got right here.
There you go.
Look at what I mean. Just the setup, just like extremely like YouTube gamer, fake gamer lighting that I got going on, and then you got Davey, which is I'm assuming it's just a closet, and.
I almost printed off a piece of paper that just said interesting background, and I was going to put it behind me, and then I was going to move my head. I was like, check out my interesting background. It's just the word interesting background because that's about as far as I can get.
You still have time. And then you got UD from a whole different time zone. I think it's video. Matter of fact, the cheat code is to use your phone as the camera. And that's what everyone in the game does. So I literally only use my phone as the camera. I mean, listen, if you're gonna pay $1,000 for a phone, it better be.
Why make phone calls?
$1,000, man. Jeez.
What do you mean? These iPhones they start at $1,000 now. They literally.
iPhone.
You must have got a coupon.
Yeah, you got a coupon. Yeah, don't even get me started on my wife's phone. My wife was like $1,500. I was having to look. I was just like this, when she was like, "Yeah, this is the one I want." I was like, "You sure this one? This one right here?" Lord. Wow. Anyway, so as we're getting some, new tech going on, you and I actually when AI first dropped, because I remember freaking out, and I called you. I was like, "Yo, you can like just get an image of anything immediately."
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It looks so real. I mean, the early stages,
right?
They've gotten really much. They got much better since then. But the early stages, I was like, "This is real, man. This is like, it was crazy, man." I was like,
we didn't even believe it, and that was the worst version. Right, that was like the first version of Chat GPT, and we didn't even know this stuff. But so of course we're this is Locked In Christian, so we're going to be looking at some verses, specifically talking about prophecy of the deception that's coming up and how we relate it. So let's kind of talk about a little bit like Matthew 24, like false prophecy and all that. I think you and I probably cover that a little bit, and then Deuteronomy 13, 1-3, 2 Thessalonians, this is 9, 12. It's all the verses we're going to be covering, so just get your E-Blade ready. Hopefully you got I no longer support digital copies, baby. What do you think about that?
Circle back on that last piece a little bit. Yeah, you went a little muffled on that last piece.
Yeah.
Oh, me? Hold on, baby.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I think there's a lot going on. Is it clear now?
There you go. Now you sound good.
Yeah.
Now you sound great.
Perfect.
Man, it's probably because I switched to 1080p. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I can't undo it now, guys.
Yeah, just bump it up to 8K. Just skip from 1080p up to 8K. Just don't even bother. We just want to see every single individual pixel.
But yeah, now it's showing like all my teeth. Yeah, I should probably lower that for the next one. I don't want to be this clear on the screen. But yeah, so what I was saying is we covered a lot of these verses, Davey and I, last week's episode where we talked about the new religion. UD, I don't know if you saw the new chicken religion that KFC launched. Um, but it's quite disturbing. It took us back a little bit.
Wait, chicken
Did you?
religion? You gotta. No,
Oh
I
yeah.
haven't seen this.
Oh, they're worshiping the chicken now. It's believe in chicken. It's a whole. It's these two very controversial. I'm surprised you haven't seen it, but these commercials KFC made did not launch it in the U.S. for obvious reasons because it would have been. I mean, the backlash has still reached the U.S. But you got to see that. It's check out the last episode, not the last one, but the one before last Friday, 2 weeks
Okay.
ago. So in your time zone, it would be like 4 weeks ago. I'm not sure.
You're just 1 hour behind.
Yeah.
It's not even that bad. We're just so exaggerating. But tonight I wanted to talk about while we're here, we're gonna talk about deep fakes, right? We're gonna talk about like image video, AI voice cloning, AI text generation, AI music generation, which we're gonna show you that AI gospel song that I made. It's blasphemous, guys. And I made like 4 of them. So we're gonna go through, and then
Oh wow.
and then we got some
Sheesh.
social media bots. Okay, so we're gonna go through all that stuff. But before that, Davey and I watched a movie last week that I the reviews kind of been into it. I don't know. Did you see the new Marvel Thunder Roads Thunderbolt?
No. I was planning on seeing it, but I've heard some people say it's good. Some people say, eh.
Well,
So.
you know what, Davey? What do you think, Davey? Because I don't want. I don't know.
It was way better than the previous the most recent Marvel films that came out. So compared to some of the ones that have come out lately, that one was a bit of a breath of fresh air. They actually focused on the script, actually focused on people. The only downside was it was a little light on action. So for a lot of people going in expecting like a big Marvel action, it's not that. But so that's the problem is the past couple Marvel films, everyone's been like, it's just a bunch of CGI fluff. They don't have a good script. There's no writing. There's no character development. So they just went polar opposite. They're like, all right, how about if we have very little action and 2 hours of character development and talking and story and plot. So they went on the other end of the movie spectrum, which the reviews are positive for it, but I don't think there's that many Marvel fans that liked it simply because they were expecting a little bit more punch from their ticket.
Davey, I think you're ignoring the main plot though, because it was about mental health.
Yeah.
I'm not
really?
joking.
It's very much about like depression, mental health, like the dark side of your mind that people go to, which like as the movie was going on, I was like, oh, this is like, all right, this is deep for like a Marvel film. All right, we're really, it's like a Saturday, morning cartoon of like really exploring these depths of stuff. And then all of a sudden I realized, oh, there's 9-year-olds in here. This is not, this is going a little too deep and like,
that's how they do it.
Yeah, for like a kid's Marvel film.
That's how they do it.
And that was my point. Yeah. When it came out, I was like, okay, if I'm going to watch a Marvel movie, I don't think I'm here to see some mental health stuff. You know what I mean? Like if I came to see some action, I came to see some superhero stuff.
Right.
I'm good on the mental health. That should be a step.
The mid-credit scene says therapy. You should go to therapy.
It should be a separate film, like a Dear John or something. If I'm gonna go to one of these, I bet our wives would probably love this movie, guys. I'm not even gonna lie, because Lexi usually
my wife wants to see
she falls asleep in any superhero movies. I'm talking about the blockbuster ones. I think we went to see Avengers together. She fell asleep. I was like, bro, like what? This is actually decent.
You okay?
She fell asleep first 10 minutes. This one, I have a suspicion she'll stay up the entire time. But anyway, some news has been going on that we don't cover because a lot of Christians I know don't watch the news for obvious reasons. But I mean, if you've been under a rock, there's a new pope out in and they can't stop mentioning that he's from Chicago. Okay, like
Yeah.
like okay,
South side.
oh yeah, so, O Block,
South side. You gotta remember
O
that
Block.
part. O Block. Chirac.
Yeah, because I was like,
He's like Pope 14. Oh, by the way, he's from Chicago. Don't forget.
he dropped his first mixtape at 13 before he joined the papacy. Is that even the thing? That just
Papacy? Yeah.
Papacy.
What's it called? So I know he dropped the mixtape before he went off on his pilgrimage, but yeah, he's from O Block. They gotta stop mentioning that. Like, okay, we really not that into it. But anyway, a lot of like different denominations. I guess we are Protestants compared to Catholics, right? I never actually like ever focused into that. You know what I mean? I was just like, hey, I'm a believer, you know. But we're Protestants, so a lot of Protestants have been like, oh yeah, Pope is this, Pope is that. It's real like just nasty work going on Twitter for the new Pope. But Davey, you had something to share about the Pope. I don't know if you want to.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if you want to put that out.
I had just seen it posted on the news. Let me make sure that. Yeah, so it was updated, whatever, published. Catholic Church to excommunicate the new U.S. state law requiring priests to report child abuse in confession. So if someone confesses something to do with like child abuse, the new state law says like the priest must comply with this law and report the child abuse. But Catholic Church says they will excommunicate priests if they do that.
Why? Because it's telling themselves?
Yeah, because they're saying, you know, it breaks like all the laws, all the rules, all the everything of confession. Like it's, you know, it's not meant to like tell anyone anything. It's said in confession stays in confession. But yeah, I just happened to see that probably just because, you know, phone is listening to everything. So as soon as we were talking about, you know, are we going to talk about the Pope? Or are we going to talk about Catholic Church? And all of a sudden my phone's like, hey, here's an article you might be interested in.
You
brings that up.
On that topic, I don't know if you guys saw the back in Easter, the Church of England's Easter message praised Islam and Judaism, but omitted the resurrection.
What?
You're right. The Church of England praised Islam and Judaism on Easter, but omitted the one thing. I think the only thing I think Easter was supposed to be about, but
they're supposed to be
quite interesting how that happened. There's also some news on I don't know if you guys remember the Lil Nas X, as his popularity has been going downhill for a while. But it says here he had a Jesus Christ single mocking Jesus, mocking Christ.
I saw something like that.
Yeah, I didn't hear. I mean, I did hear the. I did hear the new Kanye single though.
Don't get started on that guy, man.
It's so bad, Davey. I'm telling you right now, it's only on Twitter because I don't think he can be platformed anywhere else.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, I thought he had to only post his music on whatever his website or his music platform was, because they weren't posting it on Spotify or anything anymore.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Like. Not bad as in like, you know, it's like the music was like the beat was decent, but oh my gosh, like the I don't think these lyrics can actually be published on like AZ Lyrics or Lyric Genius. All those lyric platforms are probably going to avoid it. Let me just tell you the HH acronym from 1940 Germany is used, as well as the N-word, right? So that's the chorus. No joke.
ChatGPT doesn't even want to generate those lyrics. They're like, generate these lyrics. Nope. Not gonna touch it.
Not gonna do it.
Ooh, like, bro, like, whoa, okay.
What happened to him, man?
Man, I am concerned.
Wow.
But yeah, it's that song has crossed
Yeah.
multiple lines. All right, but anyway, so that's just a little bit of news that's going around where we know the Pope is from Chirac, Oblak, and all the other things that we probably ignore as Christians. But to get in on this deep fake stuff, I wanted to start with a video because a lot of these deep fakes are simply like taking, it used to be taking a video of you and then, remaking it. And it was still kind of really bad, but now they can do it from a picture. So it could just be like right now, like take a snapshot of you right at Davey.
Yep.
And then I can
Screenshot.
create a whole video of you saying some real. I mean, I could do a video of you doing the whole Kanye West song, actually, the
Whoa.
whole chorus. Yeah.
That's
Generated
scary.
text. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Export
let's
done.
without any further ado. Matter of fact, you guys just need to see this. Okay, so it's not that. So let's look at this video.
Oh, I thought you were about to say. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that right now to him. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I think this channel will be canceled almost immediately the moment I play that.
Man.
But anyway,
Oh, yeah.
so in this my favorite part about these deep fakes is not like if you type in literally this is what I searched on YouTube, deep fake makers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite part about this is how it's about the time. It's like they're like, oh, make a deep fake in less than 2 minutes. Like what? Like not just you're creating a fake version of somebody, but oh, you can do it in under 2 minutes.
That's crazy, man.
So look at this. And their favorite. So just watch a picture of somebody right here, right? So that's
Mhm.
Elon Musk, obviously. The teeth didn't look real there for a second, but I love the disclaimer. All right, this is the picture, Mr. Jackie Chan. Let's see if the words are on here.
Subtitles for it or whatever.
Yeah, so he's giving you the whole rundown. Literally, you can do this in less than 2 minutes, UD. In less than 2 minutes, you could take a picture of anyone, right? Look, he's even showing you the PC. Look, and then making them start talking.
That's insane.
You pick a voice. Now, for us on the Christian end of the spectrum, right, on the believer end, I mean, the way this is clearly going to be dangerous is when they start doing this to pastors for new people that are just coming online. Not us who can recognize when things are kind of fake, but you got to imagine there's still at least I think the number is like around 4 to 5 billion people that are still not online, right, or just coming online. And this is what they're coming online to. Right. So,
wow.
Right. They're coming online to fake people that they won't know the difference whether or not this is actually Elon Musk saying this, right? Or Elon Musk telling you to go buy something. I mean, it gets, obviously you can just use your imagination how bad this gets. So I wanted, what do you guys think about the deep fakes, and really like where do you think it's going to go in 1 year from now?
It's going to get even more and more realistic, and you're going to trick people. Like you said, it could be in a pastor speaking, people like, especially like older folks, they're not so savvy on the internet, so they'll see something and they'll believe this is the actual person saying this stuff. Like maybe we kind of savvy, we can make the difference, we can tell the difference, but they'll be like, what did Donald Trump just say? What did somebody just say? And they'll believe it. And it's like spreading propaganda to them, and they spread that propaganda, and it's like just misinformation all around, man. So it's just gonna get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, I think the thing that's scariest for me, and I forget if I've said this before, but to me it's not the scariest aspect is not people taking deep fakes of, say, pastors or Christians and making them say something overly extreme or hateful or offensive. Like, this pastor said that's, like, babies are ugly. It's nothing that would normally make someone get in trouble or get canceled or get fired. Something, I think the most dangerous aspect is the amount of probably channels, videos of people taking Christians or Christian leaders um, and making them say what is against scripture but popular. You know what I mean? So it's less about the extreme of getting that person in trouble and more of saying what most people would want to hear Christians say, agreeing with topics and opinions that go against the Bible or go against Jesus, but that most people would agree with, and kind of skewing the opinion of, well, this guy I saw online agrees with this. So these are the smart Christians who think this and disagree with this part of the Bible. I saw there's lots of Christians who agree with this. That, I think, is the scariest part for anyone that is trying to, live out their faith and try to adhere to what the Bible says versus whatever is popular or what everyone else wants to do instead.
I completely agree with that. And I think the like in Matthew 24, when it talks about these false Christs and false prophets, I think it's going to be a version of this. It's gotta essentially, how can you really reach out to half of the world without traveling there? Essentially, you can just become an AI version of yourself, and then just pop yourself in whatever. And you can do this, right, not just in English. You can do this in Spanish. You can do this in Vietnamese, in Chinese. You can launch yourself in every language. I mean, these are realistic visual impersonations, even fabrications, for lack of a better word. But imagine like CEO fraud or fake incriminating evidence, right? You can also easily go to jail for this, right? In another country. Say you pop up, Davey, in another country, and someone already created a video of you saying something against the government. They'll just arrest you. They're not gonna ask questions in the third world country. They're like, oh, this is a video of you, sir. But you're like, no, that's not me. They're like, yeah, that is you. So go right to the jail immediately. So
Well, I mean, there used to be, when Photoshop was first introduced, that was genuinely a concern that people were going to begin fabricating evidence that someone was somewhere they shouldn't have been or did something they shouldn't have been. And once video editing and audio editing, everyone's like, well, in that case, everyone can just take a bunch of audio clips of what someone said and splice them together to make them say something, and then they can support that audio and evidence, and then everyone's going to be charged with a whole bunch of crimes they didn't commit. Obviously, that didn't end up exploding in the way that everyone was worried, but that was genuinely a few. I don't know how many of the articles are still online that you can find, because it was more in the newspaper era. But yeah, that was a huge concern that news channels were posting about when it came to Photoshop and whatnot. So I think we're kind of coming full circle all over again, where everyone's like, now it's AI and deepfakes that are going to be the thing that go down that route.
Right. It didn't even like stick, but I think this one might stick. What do you think about voice cloning? Voice cloning. That's happening. And that's getting a lot more people
That's
than
crazy.
video, because they're using this through
Yeah.
through phone calls. Because remember, you guys ever got those Indian voice scams, like voice phone calls? So now they can get rid of the accent. So
Did you hear about what the new scam is that a lot of people are getting hit with, and especially grandparents? So if you get a scam call, some people still pick up spam calls, scam calls, right? They may not know it's scam, it's an unknown number. So they pick it up and they go, hello? And someone says something, or they have a voice, or whatever it is, their goal is to try to get you to say, I forget how many sentences, but you're like, hello, who is this? What was that? Hello, speak up. Like, they need you to just say a couple phrases. And once you've done those phrases, they can replicate your voice, and they use your voice to do scam calls. So every time you pick up the phone, that's why it's like, once I saw that article, from now on, as soon as I get a spam call, I say nothing. I hit mute and I just listen, and I'm waiting for some. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not saying a word until I know who's on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do what do you think about the voice stuff, man? I mean, your voice is pretty unique, but it can be replicated.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can like replicate a celebrity's voice, and then you can catch them, you can set them up. I mean, you see nowadays, like, celebrities getting sued for past transgressions. Like, let's say they had a relationship with somebody, they'll flip around and say, "Look at these text messages. Look at what they're telling me on the phone in these voice notes," and they can use their voice and just, like you said, put in the words that they want to put in. And like the more celebrity you get, the more you start to rise. More people are going to start to target you. So that could be used as a weapon for them. It's getting out of hand, man. It's getting out of hand because you can't tell nowadays. Like, you really can't tell unless you can't tell, man. It's getting out of hand.
I mean, I can imagine someone getting my wife, because she's gonna answer and she's gonna talk, and the next thing you know, I'll get a call. I'll get a call from Lex, like, "Hey, Riv, what's our password for this? You know what I mean? Like, what's our bank account for this?" And I might just, I mean, usually I'll question everything, but sometimes if it's just a voice you trust, a familiar voice.
Real quick, I need your social security number. What was it again?
Yeah,
because she has done that before, right? She was asking for social security for our son for something. She's like, "Oh, what's the social?" And I was kind of like, "What do you need it for?" Oh, and then she's like, "Why are you asking?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's you. That's you."
Yeah, that's you for sure. 100%, yeah.
Like,
there she is.
Angry. I'm like, yeah, that's her. That's her. It's definitely her. It's definitely Because you know what I mean. If it's a fake person, they won't know how to reply. They won't know how she replies. But so that's the voice calling. So my favorite part about this, and I wanted to talk about the music side of it, because this has been the most interesting conversation, because even the copyright office has no idea what to do with the music. Like, who really owns music notes, I guess? You know what I mean? Because if I'm playing E minor, F, D, and G, how do you own it? Like, how could you, Davey, own those 4 chords if I play it in the same way that you played it? You know what I mean? So it's like, who's teaching the AI music how to create this music? Because where's it getting the reference from? And what if I'm an artist and I actually want to share my music with AI, to help train it? Like, I'm giving it the notes. It doesn't matter. So what if notes sounds exactly like a Michael Jackson song? So I took that challenge, guys, and all right, here comes some blasphemous music. But so Suno, Suno is one of the most popular AI music generator, and I think they were kind of one of the first ones on the scene. And they have a new model, version 4.5. And in this model, it sounds less robotic. So if you listen to like older Suno songs, it has this weird robotic texture. So I always go in here and try to create a Christian song just because I'm curious how it does it. So I don't know if you guys are ready for this one. So this is Grace Like a Flowing Stream. They're not very good at naming songs, I'll tell you that much. But let me know if everyone can hear this one. Let me see. Can you guys hear that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. You can hear.
Troubles crash like waves on me. Head low, body low, but I still believe. Your love shines like a golden glow. Jesus grace covers me head to toe. Stormy nights and a heart of stone. Still you call me, never alone. Through the dark, your light will show. Jesus, grace covers me head to toe. Grace like a flowing stream, fills the cracks between my dreams. From the mountains to the soul below, Jesus' grace covers me head to toe. Every heartbeat, every sigh, every tear I've ever cried, your mercy fills where I can't go. Jesus' grace covers me head to toe. A melody that runs so deep, a steady love that makes me weep through highs and lows. The truth I know, Jesus' grace covers me head to toe. Grace like a flowing stream fills the cracks between my dreams. From the mountains to the soul below, Jesus' grace covers me head to toe.
All right. First initial reaction. If you heard that and I didn't tell you it was AI, first of all, would you be able to tell? And second, what's your initial reaction to it?
I was like, the singing sounds kind of smooth. I'm like, it's almost like a perfect. It's your voice that they perfected, right? Like, it sounds.
It's
I'm
not my voice at all.
It's like, oh no, they didn't take like parts of your voice.
I didn't put my
construct
voice
it, or-
in. I just typed in, give me a song about Jesus' grace covers me. No, I put Jesus' grace covers me from head to toe.
That was your prompt? The whole prompt?
That was the prompt. That was Davey.
That's what they made. Wow.
Davey, what's
First
your
of all, like,
reaction, Davey? First one.
Sorry.
Well, I was, yeah, I'm just surprised that the how do I want to phrase it? When the AI voice hits those higher pitches, the imperfections, I guess, that come across in the vocals, that AI has gotten better at. Because it used to be like voices for AI songs were very like flat or very like the same tone, and it was very perfect in terms of like it was always this one note. And then the fact that this voice, when it hits higher, it like the volume drops a little lower and it's not as high. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that was just what impressed me the most, was how the voice stuff has gotten better like that.
It's crazy, right? Like, what'd you think of the beat and like just how it put it together?
It sounds like one of the beats you would construct. It was
good,
my prompt. Oh, okay. But like, so question, like, how do you get how do you prompt for that vocal tone? Like, you just say that's what you want the song to sound like, and it gives you automatically what the vocal tone is going to be like, or
right. So how I perceive that it's working in the background, and I think for someone that is a producer like that actually understands how to make this from scratch, I think for me, I can describe it better than like say someone that's just coming out here trying to make a song that sounds like anything. So it's like the more you are clear on what genres you're trying to emulate and what kind of notes. Like I specifically put the key in there, right? Not a lot of people will put the key of G minor, right, inside their prompt, because you're not going to know what that sounds like in your head. But so I chose a lo-fi bass, like lo-fi, all the lo-fi music you can find, and I added to it a catchy melody, and then I added a 808 from drill. I don't know if you've heard, like drill is like a British type of music genre. A drill beat, that's what the drill beat that's actually carrying it with the lo-fi. So it's using all of those elements, and then it puts it together into this song in the key of G minor. But like I said, a normal person just coming out here to create songs would not be that specific. So the more specific you are, the more you can get something like this. But my issue with something like this is, yes, I wanted a gospel song, and it kind of, yes, it's saying Jesus' grace covers me from head to toe, but I've tried this multiple times, and the more you actually try the same prompt, the more it just starts to like veer off into weird areas, like very strange. Like this part of the lyrics right here kind of had me like I had to change it because I was like, it feels the cracks in my between my dreams. Like what? Like what is that? Like, what does that even mean? Like feels the crack? Like so there's two versions of this. So it gives you two versions of every song. And so let me show you the other version that it did from the same prompt. Just so you can see a difference.
Troubles crash like waves on me. Head bowed low, but I still believe. Your love, it shines like a golden glow. Jesus' grace covers me head to toe. Stormy nights and the heart of stone, still you call me never alone. Through the dark, your light will show. Jesus' grace covers me head to toe. Grace like a flowing stream fills the cracks between my dreams. From the mountains to the soul below, Jesus' grace covers me head to toe.
Yeah, so there it is again. Like the fill the cracks in between my dreams. Like
between your dreams.
What? Like what? So I think the real danger of something like this is it can twist the gospel just like slightly. It's not even a big thing. Like it doesn't really know what it's talking about, right? This is just spitting out what it thinks I want to hear about grace. But if you're, if you're not careful, you could be listening to something like this, right now. You may not even know these lyrics are coming from an AI. But these are if you're using like hip hop type of references. So I did this obviously with a slower. This one's bad, guys. This one.
Oh, boy. Thanks for heads up.
and I mean like so this one the first time it came out, it wasn't really quite something that I was looking for. So I was like, I changed the lyrics. I was like, what if I made the lyrics about praying instead of staying? Right. So you'll hear what I mean by that in just a second. This one might get us struck by lightning somewhere. We gotta be careful.
Whoa.
No, it's not Kanye bad. It's not Kanye bad. Absolutely.
Okay,
not.
let's say.
Yeah.
There's levels to it.
This one's a little bit slower, more worship type.
Quiet falls around us now. Empty space between. Heavy words we can't speak out. Just stay with me. Just stay. The clock keeps moving forward. The night slips away. My heart beats slower when you say, pray, pray, pray day and night. Pray, don't say goodbye. Stay with me. Pray, stay. Please pray. Morning light's breaking through.
I can't do it.
What was that prompt? Tell me what that prompt was, because I have
Yeah,
a
please.
good feeling I know what it
Tell us what
was.
You know what? I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a South Park
South
episode
Park episode?
where they
Yes.
were making fun of Christian boy bands or Christian bands,
Yes,
and they're
that is
called like.
exactly what I thought of. So for anyone else that didn't see that episode, in the South Park episode, the boys literally would take love songs and they would just add Jesus to them, and then they were like making those songs like that was it, and that's where everything, every like word for word, it was just like, I love you, can't wait to see you, and then they would add Jesus. And so that prompt, that AI song sounds exactly like that, where I was listening, every line sounded like a love song until it said pray, and I was like, what is this song? What did you ask it to make? Because it sounds like a slow love song, but then the chorus has to do with pray.
This is it. This is just a reference what Davey's talking about.
Well, let's keep this salvation train going with the hot man sanctified. Apparently there's been a change. Give it up for Faith Plus One.
You know, Jesus, I've been thinking a lot about you lately.
There it is.
Well, that's why I wrote this song. I love you, Jesus. I want you to walk with me. I take good care of your baby.
Yeah. That's probably as much as you can probably play on this. But yeah,
Literally.
that's basically it. It's just slow love songs, but they add that. And that's where it's like that, and you can tell like there's a difference, because when you tell an AI prompt how you're like, yeah, it probably can't tell the difference, because as soon as you say make a song about how I love whatever it is, it'll suddenly be like, oh, love. Well, if you love, everything's got to be a love song. We got to make it like a romance song. So then they follow those themes, those sounds, and they can't tell the difference between that versus a spiritual worship song that mentions love.
Mm-hmm. Pray, pray,
Yeah.
pray. I'm like,
It's like in the soul. The soul. That's what's like.
well, the thing about that website called Refusion, it's that you can actually type in the lyrics and it will sing the lyrics also. So you can like edit the lyrics and it will re-sing whatever you edit. But still, I just think that for us, we can recognize these things. But if you are like my son, like our kids, right, in about 10 years, what's gonna be the difference between, you know, listening to a UD song versus, you know, whatever that was, faith plus one vibes, or the first one we played on from Suno, where it's kind of like, okay, I can kind of vibe with the beat, you know what I mean? Like no one can really tell. You can actually get away, and they're actually promoting this. I think this is part of the danger. They're promoting this as like they want you to create your own artist online. So it's like, hey, create your own artist, have like this consistency, and just launch random music. I mean, you could do this all day long. You know how quickly I can make a beat, an actual beat from like whatever. But now I don't even have to. I can just describe the beat that I want. You know what I mean? And I don't even have to sing. I can actually, and with Suno, you can put your voice in there.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Like nowadays, people are probably doing this. Like producers, they make so many beats. They're like, I'll just put one in there that's AI.
It's not that good yet. Yeah, well, it's the transitions.
Yeah. Sorry. People like you will notice. Yeah, people like you will notice. People with the producers here. But the general public, like, you know, consumer, little kids, middle schoolers, they don't care. They don't know. They don't care about lyrics. They like Playboy Cardi.
They don't care about lyrics at all. Zero.
No offense, Playboy Cardi.
Matter of fact, I think we should test this out. I don't know if all of our wives are watching, but I'm gonna send you guys maybe 2 of these songs and just kind of play it randomly in the car. just don't say
See, what do you
nothing.
think about this song?
Yeah, don't say nothing. Just play it. Just to be like, yeah, they'll probably give you an honest review of the song. Maybe they'll be like, oh, I kind of liked it, and don't say anything either. Just move on to another normal song, and let's just see how long before Then you introduce it later on, like, oh, that was AI, by the way. And then don't tell them which one it
Like
was.
what?
Let's see if they'll call a real song AI. But
Mhm.
it's actually kind of concerning when it comes to music of the faith. Like I don't mind people doing this for world music or whatever. That doesn't bother me. I don't really dabble in that. But if I'm listening to worship music, or if I'm at the church, I can imagine, Davey, right now. I can just imagine. I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, there's so many of these new type of churches, like these charismatic churches, where these pastors are dressing in interesting outfits. I don't know if you guys see that. Maybe we should pull up the new outfit by Michael Todd, Pastor Mike Todd. Maybe is it Mike Todd? Yeah. You
Mike
got
Todd,
it.
yeah,
Did you
I
see
saw
that
it.
one? Yeah, we'll pull it up. We'll pull up, David. We'll pull it up in just a second. You'll see what I mean. But these charismatic churches are popping up, and these pastors are dressing up like essentially rappers. They're dressing up like hip hop. You don't believe me, do you?
Worship pastors or pastor pastors?
Oh, yeah. I wish it was just. Yeah,
Pull it
we're
up.
pulling
Pull
it
it
up,
up.
but
Pull it up.
Pull it up.
but these
Pull it up.
oh my gosh. But these charismatic churches are popping up, and I can only imagine that there's going to be some type of AI Christian church that's going to pop up. That people are going to attend it, and the music is also going to be created by AI. So you can see the train of where this is. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I forgot how this outfit looks. So this is the type of outfits that are Are those are those high
I didn't see
heels?
this one.
Yeah, it looks like
Platforms.
That is legitimately how he was on stage preaching. Those are actually, I think they're heels. Yeah, they are heels.
was he doing it for like a statement or something, or that was just him being like, yeah, no, this looks good.
No, that's
Yeah,
Fashion statement.
that's
no.
like the Met Gala like
Wow.
type outfits where you're trying to make a
Man.
statement. You're like, people are like, who are you wearing?
Man, we're the piano. Like Andrew 3000 we're the
Yeah,
piano.
yeah, exactly.
That was great.
Yeah, like what? I wouldn't show these Met Gala outfits, but I think some of them maybe not PG-13.
He looks like
Yeah.
April O'Neil from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. Like, that looks,
These are
Oh man.
this is what's happening.
Man. How can you keep a straight face watching that sermon?
I just think
keep
it's
a straight face?
distracting. Like the sermon might be good. The sermon might be
Yeah.
meaningful and convicting, but when you pull up with this outfit, I'm having a hard time. I mean, and look at this movement right here. I don't know
Like
if this
this
was
all
like I don't know if this is like a snapshot, right? Or of him like accidentally making this gesture. But you and I culturally, I don't know if Davey, you've seen this, growing up, but this is the type of movement we only see with like women. Okay, it's not anything, that's like they're snapping their fingers or whatever. But
the
it's
Legally Blonde move or whatever it
yeah,
is.
like
Yeah.
whatever it is, it's just like it's not a movement. This the entire fit. I'm pretty sure he's seen the backlash to this, and or if there is any backlash. But the fact that it's not AI is the concerning part. Also, uh, like this.
I gotta see the full video, man.
Yeah, I mean,
That's just
but
God bless
he's
him,
not
man.
alone in this department. There's there are more outfits. Okay, there's more charismatic pastors that are wearing some interesting interesting fits.
Yeah,
But anyway,
those I've seen. That type of thing I've seen.
yeah, there was another guy. It's one of the other very popular charismatic pastors. I think he has like fake hair, maybe like fake hair. Like you know who I'm talking about, David. You've probably seen him before. Let me see if I can find him.
That's a gutsy move doing a live search on a stream.
Oh, it's wild. Yeah. But this is no, this is the Locked In Christian X page. So it's not a so it's already filtered correctly. Yeah, so there's nothing that's gonna show up. But there was another guy that oh look, this is another fit.
Make that big. Let me see.
Yeah, this is another fit. Like people are wondering, like, oh man, is he just like using his wife's wardrobe sometimes just to kind of change things up?
Ouch.
That's what Twitter is saying, man. That's not me. That's Twitter. But I mean, it's just it's interesting and it's kind of distracting in a lot of ways. But I think it's it's like that's has nothing to do. Oh, there it is. There, this guy.
Oh, him.
This guy, yes.
What's his name again? I seen that guy. What's his name?
I cannot remember his name, but he's very he's super popular. But I mean, it's like everything is tight. Like like my wife when I wear those Dave, you've probably seen me wear these like these pants that are a little bit maybe too tight, maybe. But every time I put it on, my wife's like, "You're going to church like that?" Every single time. So I stopped wearing it, out of
I have the reverse. I try to wear a pair of cargo shorts and my wife's like, those are too baggy. No.
with the pockets. You got the pockets.
Yeah. I'm like, look, I need 15 pockets. I don't know what I need to store in these pants, but I'm gonna be prepared for it one way or another. Like she's not about it.
Tater tots. But this guy, I mean, look at the hairline, man. The hairline is sharp. It's cartoonish. It's sharp. I'm not gonna lie, and it probably is colored. I don't know if.
Oh, you think it's enhanced?
Oh, come on, man. Whose hair is that dark? Whose hair is that dark?
Okay, maybe,
UD, whose hair?
Maybe it's.
I don't know if I can zoom in anymore, but whose hair is that dark?
That's true.
And
jet black.
And it, but look. Let me the baggy sweater and the tight pants, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This is what like my wife wears this when we go up to Minnesota because it's cold. Like this is the outfit she wears, right? Baggy sweater, tight pants, and the meme here is kind of interesting. Our churches aren't reaching men. also the pastors. But anyway,
so is there any? So let me ask you this, because I don't know those particular pastors or like their churches or whatnot. Is there any connection between like some people saying that some of the statements they're making at their churches or some of their messages or whatever are a little bit too popular or a little too generic and not necessarily biblically based? Like, is there any sort of connection between the pastors that are trying to make a statement to connect with the people and how far their messages may drift away from adhering to scripture? Or are they also being perfectly good pastors with good messages that are scripturally, biblically based, and they just happen to dress weird?
I think I've only heard one Mike Todd sermon, and it was biblically based. It felt like sound theology. Not that I'm a theology major, yeah, by any means, but by this time in 2 years, David, you and I are going to be deep in theology.
Yeah.
We're doing the residency program UD at our church starting in August.
Oh, nice.
And so we're gonna be running around here, youth pastor certified, but but just I just think things like this are interesting. So I've never heard the other man's sermon, just little clips here and there, but they always,
Hmm.
they always say something biblical. But I think what, the backlash they get is for the generic portion of their message, and also, being able to, I guess, use the Bible loosely to
Hmm.
allow them to, wear whatever, or, you know, say something convicting, but also show up in an outfit that's distracting. It's like that's their kind of criticism they give for the charismatic, church in general. But my point is, I think there's coming, if it hasn't been created yet, an AI Christian church. I don't see why they haven't, done it yet. It's very, the music is there, right? You don't even have, you don't need a worship leader. You know what I'm saying? I could be the
They
pastor.
generate the message, and then they
I,
have an AI pastor
I can
preach. And
generate the message, music, preaching. You can actually have a person. You can create a person online and not even have to be there in person. So it's there. And the last topic we wanted to cover with this, like, AI and this deception stuff, just as we're kind of wrapping up here, is the social media bots. I don't know if you guys know this, but um the actual fact, or the research, is 60% now of all replies, whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, especially Twitter, is robotic. It's automated. And you're not even talking to an actual person more than half of the time. And we know, I see people actually arguing back and forth with a with an automated response, and they can't tell it's an automated response. But I've already realized, from seeing a lot of it, I'm like, oh my gosh, the automated response. Because if you ask them a question that's because they never reply to the actual topic. They always give you like something close, and they'll give you like a different fact. But if you ask them like something specific, like, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, well, why don't you focus on what we're talking about, or something like that? They just don't reply again. It's like, oh, you ask them, oh, you're a real person, and then they just don't reply again.
Mhm.
But you're talking to fake people online. I mean, how does that fact sit with you guys? Right, 60% or more replies are automated.
I think it's for kids. It's scary. Like, kids are so impressionable.
Mm.
They can be talking to somebody and they think that's a real person, and then that person, that whatever the bot, could trick them, or they fall victim to something. So it's like the wild wild west out here, man. You just gotta, I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta disconnect from all this social media, like detox for a little bit, because you get caught up in it. Like, you see topics on social media, like, it's like, who made this topic? Like you'll see them discussing things on
Mm.
podcasts. Like, this seems like it was planted here so people can have dissension. So it's like, where did this come from? So, like you said, bots, they create a lot of uh this disarray, like a lot of tension between, like, they have that conversation, like, why don't black men like black women? Have it on podcast, and then you have one side, you have another side, and it's like, where did this come from? Like, why is that even a discussion? It's like somebody started it, and then, or the 100 people versus gorilla or something like that. 100, what was that?
oh yeah,
What's
the
this called?
100 men versus one gorilla.
The gorilla?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, who originated this, and then people just run with it, and it has legs, and it go for a couple of weeks. Then a new topic comes in. So it's like, are bots creating this? Is this orchestrated by some bot, some bot mad evil
There
scientist?
are, yeah, I was gonna say, I do know that there have been some scammers. Everything comes back to scammers with me this episode. I don't know why, but there have been some scammers that on the social media side actually started some quote unquote trends, the whatever challenge, knowing that when most people who post on social media, their posts are public. Some people have a private profile, most people have a public profile. Everything they post is public. So they would do, and this is probably more in the earlier generation of Facebook, but I see it still happening now on Facebook and Instagram, where like proud of my relationship. State like where you guys met, your, you know, dating date, your wedding date, and then your whatever. Because some people will put like their wedding date as their password, or their wife's
Mm.
name or their husband's name is whatever. Or like I know that this was a big thing for photos. It's just like whatever it is, your age, something. Post like you as a kid, and then you in your teens when you were going through an ugly duckling phase, and now show how much you've grown. And a whole bunch of people are posting like 3 images side by side, right? That was a huge thing. That was a big piece for them to be able to tell um, and feed it into image generation to be able to tell the difference between who was what you look like younger, or the age progression of certain faces. And you're just posting all that stuff publicly and just feeding it into these machines that a lot of people needed um, to be able to either have information on like face age progression, or private information that people can probably use to hack into your bank account or hack into whatever it is that they need. And people are just doing it willingly, right? So you post that and you have like 10,000 bots take that, share it, and just wait for everyone else, real people, to begin posting all that information that you need. And it's just as easy as that.
Mm.
So
I
true.
through my research of just messing with all of this AI stuff, I found that it's really the algorithm that's creating these kind of topics. Like you mentioned that 100 men versus one gorilla. That's actually a topic that just pops up, but then people start to make content just geared towards that the algorithm. You're no longer making content for other people. You're just kind of making it so you can get the most amount of interaction, the most amount of likes, the most amount of views. So we are actually just voluntarily giving up that human connection part of us. And my guess is it's probably, like how Jesus mentions in Matthew 24, how it will be like the days of Noah. I think that was a big clue to what the days of Noah was like. There had to be a lot of deception for the entire world to give up their whole humanity, to essentially change their own DNAs. You had to do it voluntarily, because how are you going to cover the entire earth? With all these like Nephilim DNA, like you had to do it voluntarily. And I think we're slowly giving up that connection by making things for the algorithm instead of just making things for each other like we used to. Like, I remember when, the first MySpace or whatever, you should just talk to
Mhm.
other people directly. You know what I mean? Like somebody posts something, it's just it's somebody I know from my school, from here. Like now, I mean, I can't scroll through a Twitter, or I don't even mess with Instagram, because you scroll, you're not even seeing people you actually follow or support. You're seeing anything that they think is interesting for your eyes. They think that you're going to watch. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of those things are interesting. Right? It's like there's a reason why people go into doom scrolling. Like you can be on TikTok or
Mhm.
whatever, which I can honestly say I've never doom scrolled on TikTok, but I've never been a big video fan of just sitting there watching it. But on Twitter now, it's turned into TikTok essentially. There's a video every other scroll, but it's like they're just picking things that like 100 man versus one gorilla. Like they think you're gonna be interested in it because people like you, your age, between 20 or 18 to 45 have watched this, so they know you're going to be they know you're going to watch this, and then we're going to make content geared towards that. Just even us talking about it, we have now entered the algorithm. Right? But
My fault. My
no,
bad.
I'm just saying, like, this is something that I
Okay.
purposely am trying not to do, especially with our channel here, Locked In Christian, because I'm like, well, if we just make it for people, we're not making it for the algorithm. So it's like whether there's 100,000 views or 5 views, it's still for people. So it's not entering that algorithm phase. And because some of these mass deep fakes and all these tools are going to be used, and we're going to voluntarily, like Davey, you mentioned, give up our own humanity. It's so easy, it's so tempting to give it up. What do you guys think about that aspect of it, of like that Matthew 24, like days of Noah type of comparison?
Yeah, I mean, people are just voluntarily giving up their information. Like I'm going to the gym now. I'm eating right now. I'm doing this, and the AI or it's gathering all that information, putting it together, and it's giving you, okay, this person does this at this time. They do this at this time. So most likely they'll like to view this type of content. They'll like to view this type of content. So it's we're giving them information to make themselves smarter. So that's why the AI is constantly getting better every day, every day, every day. So it's gonna get to the point where once it gets better, it's gonna just it's gonna know you better than you know yourself. So
Right.
people can't just voluntarily give away all their information every day, every minute. It's too much.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, I just have like one piece of advice. There was I my social media for everything just started to be a whole bunch of brain rot for me.
Hmm.
Like whether it was like the Facebook recommended videos, the Instagram recommended videos, whatever that was.
Yep.
It just it takes all these things into account, and it will take into consideration what other, oh, you're a male, you must like videos of women in bikinis, right? Oh, you like music, you clearly must like whatever it is, like extreme, whatever the music is.
Hmm.
Oh, you watched an action video, here's like crazy whatever accident videos where like people are mangled or killed or whatever. Like there's crazy video content out there, and the algorithm just goes based on views, and all those extreme things, crazy things, sinful things are what get millions of views, lots of watches, lots of follows, lots of likes. The best advice that I can give is go into your feed, any feed, whatever it is. I know for Instagram and Facebook you can do this, and once you start seeing the top whatever 5-10 videos, because chances are most of the videos aren't even like stuff that you're actively engaged or interested in, you can always hit those like three dots and put hide content like this, hide less content like this, hide videos like this, hide whatever it is.
Hmm.
Actively go and find whatever it is, like Christian inspiration videos, Christian inspiration memes,
Hmm.
images, whatever it is. If you want to learn actively something about like your career, something that like God is leading you to do, go find a couple pages like that, go find a couple videos like that, and then you can click a little three dot and say see more like this, I want more content like this, I want more. And you have to like basically force the algorithm to start
Hmm.
feeding you stuff that it would never on its own do, because there's just not enough people following and liking content like that, and it's going to push the stuff that you honestly don't need to be occupying a lot of your time with, but you end up doing and doom scrolling, right? So just click those three dots, hide that stuff, go out of your way to go find some stuff, even if it's the most generic brand or whatever, like motivational, like Christian image, video, music stuff, and just try to fill your feed with stuff like that. And if you start seeing the algorithm come back full circle, just start going through and filter that stuff all over again, because yeah, if you're not going to be spending your time like in scripture, and if you know yourself to be on social media, try to force yourself to end up like seeing some verses, seeing something inspirational, and at least having some of that content that is in between swipes is something that is useful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
And
obviously the does to not be on social media, that's the thing that everyone's going to say. But again, we both know that enough people are still going to doom scroll no matter what. So at least know yourself well enough to try to force that algorithm.
yeah, I don't think that's the answer either, because a lot of people are like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna have my kid go online." I'm like, dude, his entire world is online. Banking is online. Like everything is
Yeah.
online. There's no chance. And and like channel like this, for example, right? You can follow on YouTube because you're gonna get the word. We're gonna be talking biblical about what's going on. So it's like things like this, you have to personally force yourself, because they're not, the algorithm's gonna make the decision for you. And ultimately, in closing, this isn't just like a tech issue. It's really a human and a spiritual one as well. And how our like exploiting our susceptibility to illusions and all the things that we're seeing.
Mhm.
Um, Online, we need to have stronger discernment. We need to have channels like this where it's like, hey, we're warning you, like, hey, you need to look at this stuff a little bit more thoroughly, because I know a lot of people that still aren't purview to what's going on with the AI stuff. But being able to just hop on and catch up with a video like this, you'll be like, oh, okay, cool. So now I know what to look for. Like what you just said, Davey. Now I know how to go ahead and trick the algorithm to not showing me the things that I'm not trying to see anyway. So it's important for us to not look at online or being connected on the net as this like this evil thing. It's really like we just have to understand that we can use it for good. We just need it, but we need to know how it works, right? We need to know how
Right.
it's being made. So that's guys. We covered a lot. We
A lot
covered
of
a
topics.
lot. We went everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna send y'all that
Yeah.
banger. What was it called? Grace. What was it? Oh my gosh. What was it? Grace?
Racing
Grace like a flowing stream. Yeah, terrible, terrible
Between
names.
the
They got it
cracks of your dreams.
between the cracks of the dream, baby. I'm gonna send that track out, guys. Please let me know what your wives think. Don't say anything. Just play it and just move on. I'm so curious about how people react to this. But anyway, guys, listen. If you're new to Locked In Christians, we do this every week, Friday 9:30 without a miss. We're locked in at all times. We have guests like UD. Davey's joined us now multiple times, so I think he's probably gonna stay. So hopefully we gotta send a permission slip out there to the wife, and
Yeah.
we gotta send a strongly. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have AI draft that, Davey. Let me know what I need to add to it.
Chat GPT.
Let me know what I need to, some specifics if they need to throw any specifics in there. But anyway, so this is what we do on Locked In Christian, and I appreciate UD for showing up on his first live and first. By the way, fun fact: you're the first Nigerian on Locked In Christian, so yeah, it just be like that. There's a first every week. Davey's the first guy from Ohio, and from a flyover
nice.
state.
Mhm.
but
Oh wow.
but guys, any
I
last
used to live in Michigan. I used to live in Michigan.
you did fly over state. But any last words? Anything you got coming up? Any projects? Any ministry work that you wanna just bring a little bit of attention to? Couple of seconds. Let us know. Follow whatever This is a good time for that. As we close, Davey, you can start, and then we'll wrap it up with you.
Nope, I got nothing. I'm
Come
just
on,
happy
man.
to be here.
You better
I'm not promoting nothing.
You better start cooking up some ministry work, Davey. I know the Lord's
Yeah.
watching.
No, I'm good.
Awesome, UD man. Any last words?
I got some music I'm working on. There's an artist here. It's called John Patrick. He's pretty good in Houston, Nigerian artist. I'll send you. I think I sent you a song we did. I sent you. I think it was a couple days ago. A song we did. But yeah, just getting acclimated to Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it out there, man. Yeah, we're just trying to.
Bet. Now, matter of fact, we're gonna get it.
So.
We're gonna get it on edifymusic.com, guys. You guys know this is where we put all of our music. I'm not putting this AI stuff on there, guys. I would not disrespect that. But edifymusic.com, where you can find UD's music. By the way, his new stuff coming up. We're gonna throw that out there as well. You can catch hopefully me and Davey again next week, where we're gonna be talking to somebody new about something crazy, and then whatever else is going on. But peace and love, blessings. Remember to read your Bible, the real one, not the online Bible app, okay? Because it's too many notifications.
Yeah.
Guys, peace and love, blessings, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Deuces.
Relying on my strength, I was like Samson. You gon' whisper in your soul, you gotta listen. It's some spirits in this room, I feel the tension. Armor of the Lord, no suspension. I was walking blindfolded through the valley, feeling empty, like my faith was in the alley. Like the shepherd never sleeps, he rallied angels. Prayers hit the throne, I'm out of danger. my strength, I was like Samson. He gon' whisper in your soul, you gotta listen. There's some spirits in this room, I feel the tension. Armor of the Lord, 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 no suspension. I was walking blindfolded through the valley, feeling empty, like my faith was in the alley. But the shepherd never sleeps, he rallied angels. Prayers hit the throne, 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 I'm out of danger.